Alright, so welcome to my first installment of Creative Kitchen. This is the segment where I get a little creative with my meals and I show you how I do that and make hearty meals for my family, whether you're on a budget or you have limited options when it comes to food. Maybe you haven't gone grocery shopping in a while. This is a segment for you. So tonight I am making spaghetti rolls is what I'm going to call them. This is a made-up recipe that I just kind of threw together. I've made recipes similar to this, and they went over really well with my family, so I decided to do that tonight. What I did is I took 1 pound of ground turkey. We do a lot of turkey in this house. It's just a healthy meat, and it's lean, and it's just light. It doesn't like fill you up too much, but definitely gets the job done. So I took 1 pound of the ground turkey, and now I'm going to take some sea salt and sprinkle that on. I am cooking this on my skillet on a medium to high heat. So I took some of the sea salt. Now I'm going to take a little bit of garlic powder, and that just adds a little kick of flavor because, at least to me, ground turkey isn't exactly flavorful. So I like to add garlic. Pretty much every time I cook with it, I add garlic. I'm going to turn on my fan. Hopefully it's not too loud. Alright, so that is pretty loud. Oh well. Alright, so I'm cooking this up until I no longer see pink in the meat. And that normally takes about 5-6 minutes on a medium to high heat. So I'm going to continue doing that. As you can see, the meat is looking nice and brown. There's not a lot of pink. I don't see any pink. Let's break up a big... My little tip is to break up the biggest chunk that you see. The biggest chunks that you see. Cut them open, and if you see pink in there, then you definitely know that it's not done. But I don't see any pink in any of this, so I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit. I had it on 6, now I'm putting it on 3. It's still going to be plenty hot. It's not going to immediately cool off, as we all know. So I'm going to stir this around a little bit. Now I'm going to show the next step, which is adding sauce. Tonight I am using barilla. There we go. I'm using this barilla. Tell me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm trying really hard here. Traditional all-natural pasta sauce. Because anything too crazy, my kids turn their nose up to it. So I'm not draining the excess oil because I want this to be like light. So I'm going to use the oil that's in here. Plus olive oil is always good. It's healthy for you, it's good for your system. So I'm going to just keep stirring it until it's at the consistency that I want it to be. And keep stirring it. This is what it looks like here. Nice and saucy with meat. I'm going to thicken it up with some cheese, and tonight I am using just the Winco brand cheddar jack cheese. It has 2 cups in here, and I'm probably going to pour like 1/2 to 3/4 of a cup. I am not big on following recipes by the book unless it's something I've never made before, I never handled before, I have no idea. Normally I just like to eyeball it and taste as I go. There's my oven. And I'm going to mix this cheese in here. Nice and good. As you can see here, it is nice and cheesy when you spread it around. We've got that cheese going. The oven is set. So now what I have to do is reach behind me ever so cleverly. Ooh. Go into my dishwasher. My pan. I like to use this misto right here because it doesn't have any propellants in it. And basically all you do is you fill it up 3/4 of the way with olive oil, and then you pump this lid. It pumps. I don't know if you can kind of tell, but it pumps. And then it sprays the oil, just like Pam, but without the propellants. So I sprayed the olive oil on the pan, and now I'm going to open up my crescent rolls and get them on here ready to go. Okay, so we have, the meat is all done here. I'm letting it cool and set for a minute. I have my oven preheated to 375. Let me move my egg poacher, move that out of the way. Alright, so as you can see, I took the crescent rolls and I laid them flat like this. I didn't roll them up. I kind of kept them in their little bunches and I laid them like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in the oven for about 5 minutes to get them cooking a little bit. So set the timer to 5 minutes. And then once that's done, I'm going to come back and I'm going to lay these suckers on and then roll them up and cook them for another about 5-6 minutes. Alright, so it's too bright, let's see. Alright, so here are the crescent rolls, all flattened out and cooked. I wanted to cook them before I put the meat on, because if you put the meat on when the dough is still raw, then it never really cooks all the way and it gets like super soggy. You want to scoot it more to one side than the other because you're going to roll it over, and if you put it all the way across, then it's gonna, the bunch of meat's gonna spill out, so it's kind of pointless. Alright. Alright. And now I'm going to take a little bit more cheese and sprinkle it on the top here, because cheesy, yes pleasy. And then I'm going to take my hand and burn myself, because why not? Then I'm going to fold it over, take the little pie slicer, and roll it over like this. This pie slicer, take it over here, do the same thing. I'm going to flip it up over like that. And these pockets are going to be oozing with saucy, cheesy meat. It's going to be amazing. And pinch it on the side, on the ends too. Pinch it on the ends. That will keep it from really exploding too much. So kind of like pinch it like I'm doing right here. Pinching it down. And then in the oven for just about 5-6 more minutes. I'm probably going to do 6 minutes just to make sure they're nice and cooked. Alright. And then you have all this left over. You can make, you know, noodles for it, or you can just eat it by itself, whatever. And I will show you when this is all done. So the oven just went off. Woohoo! These guys are done. Yay! Let's turn the light on. Sorry that's a little loud. My husband's tea is cooking in the kettle next to me, so it's making some noise. Okay, so immediately scrape off the bottom just so it doesn't get stuck in place. And here they are, cooked. And I will put these on a plate so they can cool off. And then that actually, it doesn't look like a lot, but trust me, it's plenty. It's okay. My toddler will probably eat like this guy. My 6-year-old will eat this guy up here. And you cut it open, and they're like little, let me show you. Look, little cheesy meatball, spaghetti, little rolls. Yum. Yum, yum. So yeah, there you go. It's my first ever Kreative Kitchen recipe thrown together for you to show how easy it is to throw stuff together to make yummy meals that your kids will love. Try the dinner. Miskas, try. Go blow on it. All right.
I need help, Mommy.
How's it taste? Is it yummy, Miskas? Daddy, what do you think? Is it good? You like it? What do you think, Belle?
Good.
You like it?
Yes.
Amelia.
Yay!
Yummy?
Yay, so I think Mommy Meal was a success today. Hey, I got Mommy Meal was a success. Woohoo!